Hello everyone, it's Julie Heinrich, the Marketing New Business Development Manager for CTSI, here with you on another beautiful day with our YouTube series, All About It, or All About IT. It's really how you want to look at it. Today we are excited to have Chris Cloutier with us. He is our channel manager for APC and one of our very valued partners. And so we're going to get his thoughts on All About IT. So welcome, Chris, to the series.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. Excited to be here.
Yeah, no, we love it. So first, Chris, if you'll just tell us and the audience a little bit about your background, how you got into the IT industry.
Yeah, of course. So from Rhode Island, so not from the great state of Texas, but I've been here for about 2 years. IT for me started 4 years ago, been with APC for 4 years. So that was kind of my first entry point into the IT space. Maybe not a part of IT that everybody thinks of on a day-to-day basis, but a big part of the equation for sure.
Yeah. So what'd you study?
Study was all sales and marketing. Okay. I knew I wanted to kind of have that interaction with people on a day-to-day basis, right? Whether it's solving problems, helping figure out something, whether it's the best solution, right? Whatever it may be. So I knew that was the path I wanted to go down. APC was a few hundred feet from the University of Rhode Island. So I had known several people who had went there, had success, and kind of just started their career. So ended up following some of my colleagues' footsteps, and now here we are 4 years later.
Here you are, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Love it. So can you tell us a little bit about APC and what you guys do?
Yeah. So APC, if we want to bring it back a little bit, right? So it's a Rhode Island-based company as well. They were acquired by Schneider Electric, right? Our parent company in 2007. APC has always been known as, the hardware company, right? There are UPSs, our APCs. A lot of people refer to their UPS as an APC, right? So that's something we've always been known for, but over the last 5 or so years, right? Software services, we've tried to bring another element to the picture, right? So we're not always just thought of as that hardware brand, right? 65% market share on that, which is fantastic. But there are other elements that we are, very much diving into, like our software and services.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, you guys have been just a key partner for us for years and years. And so it's been a wonderful partnership, and
same.
I'm excited that it's continuing and that I, convinced you to,
to
do this. So it's a good partnership when you convince someone to do that. So you're also going to be a big part of our Cybersecurity Roadshow in October.
Yes.
So we're excited about that. But from a cybersecurity perspective, is there anything that you feel?
I mean it's a
broad question.
It's a broad question. I think cybersecurity, right? I was just having this conversation not too long ago. There was no need for that 20 years ago, right? It was a thing of something we didn't even realize we needed. Take it 20 years further, right? APC works with a gas station chain across the US, and they've got everything on their network now, from their IT rack to their oven and their fridge, right? So when you think about how much more is connected to the network, I think about how much more important it is to have visibility, monitoring, management of all that gear. When I have everything from the IT rack to the fridge, odds are I'm going to need some help, right? So that's where an MSP like you guys comes in to really be that single point of contact to come in there and take care of everything, right? So with so much being connected to the network, I would say the biggest worry, in my opinion, is cybersecurity, right? So I know you guys are more than welcome to provide assessments, right? Go into their environment, look it through, right? I think that's something we say at our events, something you guys say, right? Talk to the experts, right? With how much more we're adding to the network, it's a lot more difficult to be proactive with it, right? Odds are we're gonna need some help. So that's where you guys come in. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think you guys play an important, part in the cybersecurity as well.
Yep.
With just that battery backup, and you call it a battery in a box,
as simple as you can put it. It is a battery in a box, right? It's got some fancy features, right? Especially on the cybersecurity side that help with that, right? We've got a full cybersecurity assessment that can essentially ensure you are up to date with all your firmware and your analysis, right? So we don't have any backdoors, right, to the network. I think UPSs can be kind of the forgotten part of the IT rack sometimes, right? So whether it's just an old unit, right, and we need to get it replaced, that also comes with old firmware, right? Maybe an older network card that you may not be aware of. So making sure that's up to date and being able to use our software to see everything is up to date, mass firmware notifications, mass firmware pushes, makes it a little bit easier to be able to keep your environment in a safe environment.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I first started too at CTSI, I didn't really, I was fresh out fresh out of college, still trying to figure everything out.
Yes.
But I never realized like how important clean power is.
Yep.
I honestly didn't even know that there was a thing as dirty power. I was like, what do you
Correct.
even mean?
Right.
And so whenever we started, engaging with you guys and learning a little bit more, it was like, wow, this is actually you don't realize how important that is until maybe you don't have it.
Correct. I mean, West Texas I would say, has some dirtier power than maybe other locations. I think of Florida as another great location.
Probably.
Yeah.
So that doesn't
Could
help.
have something to do with it. But anywhere, that dirty power exists, right? Dirty power, what we consider a good voltage is anywhere from 107 to 127 volts, right? That's coming in and obtaining and hitting our gear, right? Our gear is meant to run on 120 or 208 volts. So when it's not, it has to work harder, puts wear and tear on that gear, right? So the UPS has several qualifications for why it should be in that rack, not just necessarily keeping you up, right? It's also keeping your gear at a much more healthy state throughout its life.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, very, very good point. Well, we're definitely excited about the October event as well. I know you've been a part of it for the past couple of years.
Time.
And so, it's a great time. I learn a lot.
Yes, no doubt. I will say the events are, especially the cybersecurity event, is eye-opening, right? You guys have some great speakers who come in and speak to, real threats to business owners and unfortunately, right, real attacks that have happened to show where, why, right, and how we can better protect ourselves. So I look at these events as huge pieces of the puzzle for you guys engaging your customers, enabling them, and educating them, right? So it's an awesome event.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Yes.
And we like to do it every year too because it changes so much. I mean, it changes week to week. So we could probably do one every week if we could.
Yep.
But once a year is good for now.
Yeah, that requires a little bit more effort on your part to do the once a week.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit, but maybe one day we'll see. But maybe I'll get like bit by a radioactive spider or something.
Right,
and,
there you go.
We'll see.
You've got it.
Yeah, then I got it. So, we've kind of talked a little bit about our partnership. What would you say a benefit of partnering with an MSP like CTSI from, your standpoint, but also from like an end user standpoint or a business owner?
Sure. I mean, from our standpoint, right, it's been, I think, easy. It is probably how I would describe our relationship. I mean, you guys see the value, you understand the value of power, the value of clean power. So it wasn't luckily too hard of a sell per se on my end, talking to you guys about it, but you guys have been a huge advocate in terms of giving us the brand awareness in these areas to go and have conversations with customers, right? It's another great example of the event, right? Us being able to see those customers, talk to them in person, hear what they're using our gear for, and maybe what they aren't using our gear for, to have some other conversations. It's been really, really beneficial. Yep. I will say something that makes you guys unique, right, from maybe other MSP in the area, is how you guys do engage, right, with your audience, right? These events, these interviews, right, being able to get all the information in an ever-changing world, it seems, about IT, right, to our customers in a fun environment at the event, right, learning environment here. You guys do a great job of engaging with your customer in completely different ways, right? That not everybody does, right? Even just look at your website.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Well, we work hard on that, and it's definitely something we've always kind of had a passion for is educating people.
Right.
It's you don't know what you don't know, and I think sometimes an uneducated customer can actually be, more dangerous than an educated. And so we don't want that. We want you to be aware of what's going on. And, so
Absolutely.
Things like this, and you coming out here and being part of our event, that helps us fulfill that. And so we can't, thank you enough for that too.
Absolutely.
And, well, is there anything else from like APC that Do you want to share?
I'll touch on our lithium stuff, right? That's definitely
Yeah.
been the hot topic, right? In the UPS space, it's much more a life cycle conversation, right, than it is a hardware conversation, right? You look at a traditional lead acid UPS, it's got to be replaced, right? The battery in that UPS needs to be replaced probably 3 times throughout its life, whereas a lithium-ion UPS is a 10-year battery, right? So it's going to last you the life of the UPS. So the benefits are definitely long-term, right? Obviously a bit more expensive in the long run, but all of our customers who have switched over, maybe not doing it right away, but doing it slowly but surely to ensure they've got a much cleaner, healthier environment for the way forward. So I would say that's a great thing. Last thing to just kind of harp on is look out for that change, and reach out to us and see how we can better educate you guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Well, again, we're looking forward to seeing you in October.
Yes,
So,
can't wait.
yeah, anybody that we would love for you guys to attend and hear more from Chris. He'll probably go into a little bit more depth about APC and the importance of that, but also how it fits into that cybersecurity stack and the cybersecurity layers that you need to have in place. So, thank you again so much for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate the partnership and
Thanks for giving me the audience.
yeah, absolutely. So. We will see you next time. And I'm Julie Heinrich, and I am all about it.